Hi folks, it's Chris here. I get asked a few times off the students, how do I learn to play those little flurries that I like to play on any of the songs that I'm working on, any kind of little solo flurries. Well, what I've done is I've taken that phrase, it's 9, 10, 12 on the D string, 9, 10, 12 on the G, 10, 12, 13 on the B, and 10, 12, 13 on the E string. So it's taken from the C major scale, starting on the 8th fret, and I'm just working on the last 4 strings really, first, second, 3, 4. So what I'm doing is starting on the B. So we're going B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So we're just taking it from that C major 3-note per string shape, okay? Now when I'm working with something like this, the first thing I look at is getting a very small amount of pick. The less surface I've got, can you see the angle of that there? It's only a couple of millis sticking out past my thumb. And that means I've got less vertical movement with my hand, and I'm kind of in control. The other thing I'm not doing with this pattern is actually alternate picking it. I find that quite tough because I'm going over a string, putting the brakes on, and then applying an upstroke. So this is purely an economy picked one, which means I go down, up, down. I'm in contact with the next string, down, up, down. Contact with the B string, down, up, down. Down, up, down. So a little quicker, it's down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, now if I was going to practice this, I would learn the phrase before I even practice with metronomes. So I would split it into pairs of strings. So the D and G strings are going to be the first two, and I would do this. Get the pick, line it up with the D string. It's in contact with that D string now, before I even play a note. So build that speed up, get comfortable. And then move on to your next pair of strings. And then eventually because trying to play all that in one go, believe it or not, it might not look like a long phrase, but that's a lot of information where we're trying to synchronize left and right hands together. So I always simplify it, break it down into small manageable chunks, get those small sections right, then connect them up afterwards. Now there's a very important thing that I find has a big impact on a lot of the things that I play. When I play this, if I choose fingers 1, 3 and 4, I find that far more difficult than playing 1, 2, 3 fingers. And the reason why for me is these are more manageable. These are used more consistently on things. So we've got more control over these two. They don't fly around as much. 3 and 4, for me, they just want to do their own thing, really. They just kind of go off at a tangent together. So I probably could play it with 3 and 4. Yep. Just about. Yep, with a bit of practice, I probably could. But it feels far more comfortable playing it with 1, 2 and 3, as in along those lines. So that's something that I bear in mind when I'm working on any phrases. I would probably go there like that, but then I'm trying to keep fingers 2, 3 and 4 as active as possible. We don't always get a choice. We sometimes have to play 1, 3 and 4, and then that's just something that's probably going to take you a little bit longer to manage as you're working on a phrase involving that sequence of fingers, really. But I would use this with 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So start slowly, get comfortable with the speed. Don't try and break any records with it at first. What you're looking at is just being consistent. Keeping this relaxed as well. 5 minutes in that position. That's how much you're going to practice this. Then the next two strings, the G and the B. 5 minutes practice again. Guess what's coming next for these? 5 minutes again. So that's a 30-minute training session on this, and you're going to develop this synchronicity between left and right hands. You'll find that you'll reach a point where this starts to feel very relaxed, but you have to put the time and the practice and the duration in. Don't under practice on anything like this. Make sure that you are consistent. Do 30 minutes on this one thing alone for 4 to 6 days a week, and within 2 or 3 weeks, you'll start to see how this becomes joined and connected and relaxed. Your muscle memory is developing, and you don't need to think about it. It starts to become second nature. Once you've got your 30 minutes of 3 10-minute sections on it, then you can probably kind of strip that down to maybe 5 minutes on each pair of strings, and which is going to take up 15 minutes of your 30 minutes time on this, and then do the last 15 minutes where you put the whole phrase together to a reasonably paced metronome. If you're making mistakes or you're introducing mistakes when you're playing, just back the metronome off a few beats so that it becomes... It doesn't matter about practicing with speed at first, it's about getting that consistency. Then we get to the exciting phrase of where we push the metronome, and when you get up to there, you're probably looking around about 180, 190 beats a minute. You're in a sweet spot where it's just, you're not thinking about the notes. It's impossible for your brain to calculate and process those notes as you're playing them. That's the time when you realize my subconscious is delivering this. That's what you should be aiming for, is to get your subconscious to kick in and play these phrases without you thinking about it. Now, I suppose when you've got those down, you could always add the 5th string in. And then maybe the 6th. That was a bit better, a bit sloppy, the one before. So it just shows that, you know, if you practice all 6 strings together, you get better at playing all 6 strings. And again, break it down. Load this pick onto the string if we're going to start on the 6th string. Load the pick on again, we're touching. This pick being in position when you start is a huge thing. It was a huge game changer for me. When you come from a distance, you're kind of putting a different amount of muscle power behind the first string, which throws things off kilter a little bit. So when you're there, every note is going to have the same amount of push. Again, line up, push the pick through the string. Please let me know in the comments how you're going on with this, if you give it a go, and let me know how your journey goes. I've seen some great results in a week with people practicing this way, and I've also seen some take it maybe a month or so. So don't panic if whichever category you're in. It's all down to commitment and how you process and how we learn things. We're all a little bit different. The secret to it is be consistent. Don't give up. You'll find how you can put these little flurries of notes in as you get more confident, and then you can practice them in the modes, the 3-note per string patterns, and use these flurries and bursts to kind of add a little bit of flair to some of your solos as well. So like I say, please like and comment and share the video and give the channel a big thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. It really does make my day. And for me, as always, I'd just like to say, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you all very soon.